What if a single passing thought on your commute could automatically build a fully researched, organized project plan before you even sit at your desk?
I mean, that sounds total like science fiction.
Right. It really does. But you can actually build this today. You just need to connect your personal archives to an AI action layer.
Yeah, it's a massive shift in how we approach our daily work, honestly.
Welcome to the deep dive. Today, our mission is unpacking a fascinating workflow. We're looking at how two specific tools, Hermes and NotebookLM, create a 204/7 personal research assistant.
And we're moving from a world where we just, passively query information to one where our systems actively execute tasks for us.
We're going to explore what these tools do. We'll look at why combining them is such a breakthrough and dive into the standout features.
Plus the real-world applications.
Exactly. And crucially, we'll cover the severe security risks you need to navigate. But before we build a machine, we need to understand the parts.
Right. So let's start with the research brain of the operation. That is NotebookLM.
Most people are probably familiar with it by now, but
Yeah, it's this incredibly powerful platform. It's designed specifically to store and synthesize your personal sources.
so you upload your own stuff.
Exactly. Dense PDFs, long strategy documents, or like web links, and then it interacts with you based entirely on those specific materials.
It essentially walls itself off from the broader internet.
It does. It turns your private data into highly accurate summaries. It builds intricate mind maps. It even generates those incredibly popular podcast-style audio overviews.
Which are wild to listen to.
They really are, but the key is that it grounds every single response in your provided data.
Right. And then we have the second player in this workflow, Hermes,
Yeah, so if NotebookLM is the brain, Hermes is, well, it's the hand.
the action layer.
Exactly. Hermes operates as the control center for this entire workflow. It doesn't just passively retrieve information.
It actually triggers actions.
Right. It triggers external workflows, like it can draft your scripts, save your notes into your system, or even schedule follow-up reminders.
So to synthesize this, it's like having a genius researcher locked in the archives. That's NotebookLM. And at the front desk, you have a highly capable executive assistant. That's Hermes. And finally, they have a walkie-talkie to talk to each other.
That is a perfect analogy. NotebookLM does the heavy lifting of reading dense texts, and Hermes parses your intent and delivers the results.
I do have to ask, though, about a common problem. How do we know the AI won't just invent fake facts?
Hallucinations. Yeah, that's a massive issue when automating research.
Right, because you aren't watching it work.
But the answer lies in NotebookLM's core design. It has a highly constrained retrieval system. It forces the model to restrict its answers exclusively to the documents you uploaded.
So if it's not in the text,
It just refuses to answer. It won't guess.
so it only reads your uploaded documents, not the whole internet.
Exactly. And that hard limitation is what makes it trustworthy.
Now, because both of these tools are so powerful alone, we have to ask why we need them to talk to each other.
Right. Why bother connecting them?
Yeah.
And the answer is friction.
Friction is the enemy of execution. Just think about the standard NotebookLM workflow right now. You have an idea.
You have to break your focus.
Totally. You manually open a browser, navigate to the site, log in, scroll to find the notebook, type your query. Wait,
And then copy and paste the output.
right, back into whatever app you were originally using. It's exhausting.
I have to admit, I still wrestle with having 20 tabs open just to research a new microphone.
We all do. The context switching is brutal on your working memory.
Yeah.
But Hermes eliminates this.
Walk me through the actual sequence.
Sure. So you just message Hermes in your chat.
Okay.
Hermes analyzes it and decides if NotebookLM is needed.
It makes that choice itself.
Yep. Then NotebookLM processes the sources. And finally, Hermes returns the answer and helps you act on it.
That's amazing. But why is a simple chat interface actually superior to a dedicated visual dashboard? Dashboards give you control.
Because chat removes the barrier between having an idea and executing it. It captures your raw intent immediately. You don't have to navigate drop-down menus.
Exactly. You just state your goal in plain English, and Hermes acts as the translation layer.
Chat makes complex, multi-step research as easy as texting a smart friend.
Yeah, intent-driven execution. It's a total paradigm shift.
Now that the friction is gone, let's look at the wild features this actually unlocks.
This is the fun part. Let's talk about voice notes.
Okay.
Imagine you're walking down a busy street, no screen, You just hold a button on your phone and ask for research on, like, Ralph Lauren jumpers.
You're just rambling naturally.
Naturally. Hermes transcribes it, extracts the intent, and turns it into a notebook LM task instantly.
You don't even touch a keyboard.
Not at all. And it gets better. You know those podcast-style audio overviews and mind maps?
Yeah, they're great.
You can retrieve those directly in the chat. Hermes pulls those heavy files right into your thread.
You just ask, and the image renders right there.
Mm-hmm. But here's where it gets crazy. You can introduce external connective tools, like NAN.
Okay, let's clarify that. N8N, a tool that visually connects different apps together.
Perfect. It's the digital plumbing. And you can also use MCP.
MCP, a universal plug that lets AI control other software.
Right. So you use MCP to connect Hermes to your NAN workflows. Now your assistant is actively moving data across your digital life.
Whoa! 2-sec silence. Imagine turning a passing thought into an automated daily morning briefing.
Just waking up to a fully formatted intelligence report.
That's incredible. But I have to push back here, Beat. Is it truly safe to let an AI agent use MCP to control other apps?
That is a very valid concern. The text issues a strong warning about this exact thing. You must be incredibly careful.
Especially with authentication, right?
Yes, do not ever paste private credentials, API keys, or cookies into insecure web-based environments.
Because if it's compromised, they have your digital identity.
Precisely. Never paste them into random tools.
Keep your digital keys safe. Never paste them into random or unverified tools.
Exactly. Security has to be the top priority.
Let's take a quick break here.
Insert mid-roll sponsor read here.
Welcome back. So knowing these capabilities is really exciting. But we need to ground this in reality.
Yeah, we have to talk about the setup.
Exactly. How hard is the actual plumbing to put this together?
I won't sugarcoat it. It is unglamorous. There are some highly necessary, tedious steps.
Walk us through it.
First, you have to download the NotebookLM skill. Because there's no official API yet, this is a workaround.
You're manually installing it into your environment.
Right. Then comes the browser authentication. This is the tricky part.
Because you're dealing with live sessions.
Yeah, you have to connect it to your Google account by extracting live access tokens and cookies directly from your browser's developer tools.
Which goes back to our critical safety warning.
Exactly. You have to handle those cookies very carefully. Once you feed them into Hermes, you run a test prompt.
Like what?
You just say, find one of my last 3 notebooks. If it works, the bridge is up.
But relying on an unofficial integration skill, isn't that system incredibly fragile?
It is. Because it's unofficial, any future updates to the NotebookLM interface could temporarily break your entire workflow.
Unofficial tools can break, so expect to tweak the plumbing occasionally.
Yeah, that's the price of being an early adopter right now.
Assuming you're willing to manage that setup, who is this actually built for in the real world?
The applications are actually vast. Let's look at creators first. A creator can dump historical scripts and analytics into a notebook and have Hermes generate 10 new video hook ideas that match their specific voice.
That cures blank page syndrome instantly.
Totally. Or founders. They can upload 50 dense competitor PDFs.
Nobody wants to read 50 PDFs.
Exactly. So they ask Hermes to find positioning gaps in the market based on that research.
What about students?
Oh, it's huge for them. They turn dense academic papers into beginner-friendly study guides, pulling out only the key terms.
And everyday shoppers.
Yeah, say you're comparing $500 standing desks. You just feed the specs into the notebook, and Hermes cross-references the warranties and materials without you opening 20 tabs.
It saves so much manual effort.
And travelers. You're going to Rome. You put historical articles and maps into a notebook, and Hermes generates a day-by-day guide to the Colosseum.
The underlying theme here is really interesting. Beat. It stops your second brain from becoming a graveyard of untouched notes.
Oh, absolutely. We all have those folders of saved PDFs we never open. This actually makes them useful.
But I have to ask thoughtfully here, is there a danger in letting AI synthesize everything? Do we lose our own judgment?
That's a fair question. The cognitive friction of reading is important, but the AI just organizes and retrieves the data.
So it preps the landscape.
Right. It's meant to prep the information, not make the final human decision.
It serves up the menu, but you still have to pick the meal.
That's a great way to put it. You still make the call.
So, having seen the menu of possibilities, it's time for the ultimate cost-benefit analysis.
Let's weigh it out.
Before the listener decides to build this, what are the ultimate benefits?
Well, the gains are pure speed, the reuse of forgotten knowledge, and drastically less context switching between apps.
But the risks are real. You have that technical setup curve for beginners, the danger of leaked credentials if you mishandle cookies, and the inherent variability of AI output quality.
It can still hallucinate if the grounding fails.
What is the single biggest behavioral trap once someone gets this working?
Over-reliance, without a doubt. Specifically, letting automations run without human review.
Like sending emails.
Yes. Do not set up a workflow that auto-sends an email or a client report without you reading it first.
Never let the AI auto-send an email or report without reading it first.
Absolutely never. You are still responsible for the output.
As we wrap up, let's look at the broader paradigm shift here. Beat. We are moving away from simple chatbots that just answer questions.
Right. The old model was just a fancy search box.
Exactly. And now we're moving toward integrated AI systems that research, organize, and execute physical digital tasks from a single interface.
It's an active assistant, not a passive tool.
It really is. So I want to leave you with a final thought to mull over. Beat. Think about the biggest, messiest folder of saved articles or PDFs you currently have sitting on your desktop.
We all have one.
Ask yourself, what would happen if that dead information could suddenly talk back to you and draft your next project?
The possibilities are incredible once you remove the friction.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive. Stay curious.
See you next time.